What's going on, everybody?
Good evening.
Night Court. It's police use of force. It's a special edition Friday, and the person that is the star of the show, we didn't think he was going to be here, but somehow he's made it here. Oh, Joe Lnu. What's up, Joe?
Hit the mute button.
Crickets.
No.
Yeah, well, excuse me.
There he is.
Good evening, folks. Night Court with Joe Lnu. I guess I'm hosting this. We've got I don't know what videos we've got, so I guess let's talk about our panel. We've got John as law enforcement, and I think everybody else is civilian. We have no attorneys tonight. Everybody else is going to give it a civilian's view, which is a very good view as well. But John, what do we have on videos?
So we have 9 videos tonight. One of them is a little lengthy, but you do need to watch the whole thing to get a context of what's going on. It will get your mind going.
Yeah.
And
before we jump over there, my name is Ron from Kingdom Radio. Got my wife with me today. We got Laura.
What's up?
Laura is her first time doing a podcast with the Night Crew, so this will be cool. So yeah, there's a whole bunch of police videos and stuff like that, and we'll get some things going. But you want to jump with the first one?
Yeah.
With this, well, let's go. We're going to play this video, and then afterward, we'll have some commentary. Take a good look and pay close attention to this, and we want to hear your thoughts right after.
This just happened? Okay. Does he live here? Okay. So, okay, how long has he lived here? Well, you just said he stays here, man.
We'll be there shortly.
So that means he lives here, man.
Earlier, he was there.
Yes, so I get that with the property, okay? But the problem is, if he's there on his loan and then we have to go in there and induce an officer-involved shooting, the life of somebody that's going through a crisis versus property outweighs the property. I get that. Property can be replaced, but somebody's life can't be replaced. Tasers don't always work, ma'am. Yeah, the RP's out here. They just pulled up a little bit ago.
No, I was trying to speak, and you got me on the phone with all these other dumb bitches. No, what? You finna hate me after you see what I fucking did.
Hey, Michael, it's Officer Runbeck, City of Beloit Police.
Hey, shut the fuck up. I don't care if you fucking know that bitch or not. Fuck you.
Well, I'm not. I'm a cop.
Dude, you just shut the fuck up, dude. Shut the fuck up. And you got 2 dumbass bitches in the background talking that shit like I ain't a...
Michael.
Right?
Hey, just back up. Well, if he comes out with a knife, ma'am, he probably... Yeah, he's screaming on the phone.
Can't help you on national.
Okay. Does he have any firearms that you guys know of? Hey, drop it!
Drop it! Drop it! Drop the knife! 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 Drop it! Drop it! Drop it! Drop it! Drop it! I said fucking drop it! Drop it! Drop it! The fucking knife! Drop the fucking knife! Drop the fucking knife! Drop it! Drop it! Drop the fucking knife! I will shoot you! Drop the fucking knife! Drop the fucking knife! Drop it! Put it down! Put it down! Hey, do not walk towards him! Put it down! Put it down now! Put it down! Put it down now! Put it down now! Put the knives down now! Put it down! Put it down now!
I'm gonna go towards her.
Shots fired! Get away! Get away! Get away! Get away!
I think I'm gonna go towards her,
Stay down!
and that was it.
As expected.
Wow. Hey! Drop the knife! Drop the knife! Brody, back up! Get in the car! Get in the car!
I'm gonna go towards her.
Back up! Stop! I told you to get in your... I don't know. It kind of reminds me of like World War II, where these Japanese dudes are running at you with knives and stuff, and everyone has guns. It's like, man, what the fuck? Put it down! Put it down now!
I'm gonna go towards her.
Shots fired! Back up! Get away! Get away! Get away!
That's, I think B called it suicide by cop. Sad for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, whoever was holding that camera looks like they could have been damn near in the line of fire, for real. Well, cool, man. What do you think of Johnny Cox?
Yeah, they went from 10 to 60 in about 3.6 seconds. You know, I thought was kind of ironic, you know, where he's explaining to the reporting party. I think sometimes people, you know, they value their property more than they do a human life, and I don't understand that. But you know, it's kind of like pick and choose your battles. But I guess it's, you know, where people also don't understand that there is a process to go through on situations like
Let
that.
me ask you, John. Where did you pick up on that property was valued more than human life in this? Where did I miss?
So in the beginning, where he was talking to the reporting party, and he had mentioned it was basically, the impression I got, it was basically over a property, some property disputes. And that's what he was saying. He said, we end up in an officer involved shooting. He said, you know, property can be replaced, a human life cannot.
Oh, okay.
That was at the beginning of the video.
Yeah.
Hey, we have Tickle Text.
What's up, Tickle Text?
Am I doing this right?
Yep.
Welcome to the show,
You're doing
Tickle.
it right.
Probably helps
Okay.
if I turn my mic on.
Sorry, I had to figure this out. I've never used this app before. Hi, guys.
Well,
Welcome.
Not difficult, Tickle. You just unmute to talk and mute to be quiet, and we'll watch videos and give some comments. Were you able to catch that last video? The first one, actually?
I caught some of that, and of course, unfortunately, these are not rare videos anymore. What was the initial context, if you don't mind reviewing?
So-
Once you guys put it back on the screen, we can talk over it, and maybe just turn the volume down just a little bit.
Sure, got it.
Yeah, the RP's out here. They just pulled up a little bit ago.
I don't know if it's a domestic or a maybe a renter situation where they've got the RP is reporting person that's pulled up in front of the yard, and they're complaining about someone being in their house that's disruptive.
We just had a similar thing in Houston today. In an apartment building.
Hey, Michael, it's Officer Rodenbeck,
Within
City
about
of Boyd
2
Police.
hours, found out that the guy that
Well, I'm
long
not
hallway,
a cop.
resident, not burglar.
It's always
This sounds to me. It sounds to me like a domestic. She's wanting to go there to get her stuff, and this is probably a civil standby domestic, I think.
Yeah, but the dude walking out of the house with the two swords, it's like, you know that
Just back up.
there's like 5 or 6 police officers there, and you're not gonna do anything with them 2 swords. Give me a break. They're gonna kill you probably, if, you know. So suicide by cop matches, but to go out there, and he was talking pretty rough. I would say if there was like an award for a set of balls, he would definitely get that one. I mean, he had like a set of balls on him. Like, man, what fuck y'all? Yeah, he's a bunch of bitch ass cops. And then it was like, what? That's completely opposite behavior than we're used to.
Yeah, when he announced he's going to go by the car or go near this woman in the car, that was it. His next step was his face.
Yeah, and was there any way of like non-lethal? No, right?
Not with knives. The problem with non-lethal is that you
Those
hit
are
somebody.
swords, dog.
Okay. The problem with non-lethal is if you hit somebody with it, they're still in action, and they can blindly or wildly swing it, making action more of a hazard. And actually, the end of the day is if deadly force is authorized or a deadly force, it meets the level of deadly force is used. That's just the way it is.
I'm kind of surprised they let him get inside that 21-foot area so quickly.
Yeah, I'm surprised he doesn't have a shield. You're supposed to have a sword in one hand and a shield in the other, right?
That's only in the movies, Kingdom.
I think he's been to too many Renaissance festivals.
Yeah, no shit.
I'll take a level 4 shield.
Level 4.
Yep, James just got outed right there. But there's your video, Tickle. Pretty much, I think we're going to call it a domestic civil standby, where they've had a fight with the husband, and the husband and wife have had a fight. They asked law enforcement to come out there because of verbal threats of violence, or maybe even real previous threats of violence. That they're going to try to talk him out so they can go in and she get clothes and whatever it is out of the house. But he just decided to bring out the cutlery to give to her. And it goes. But you know what? Not a whole lot to comment. And also Laura and Tickle. I think everybody else has been here before. We kind of look at this as a grand jury. In Texas in particular, everybody that is that uses deadly force is going to have to sit before a grand jury to either get a no bill or an indictment. If they get an indictment, they're going to trial. If they get a no bill, that means they're accepting it as a use of deadly force at the grand jury level. So with that in mind, folks, Tickle, I'm gonna go to you first. Would you be a no bill on the grand jury on this, or would you vote to indict police officers?
I'd go on the police officers. No bill.
So we got a no bill from Tickle. FTF, it's hard to say where you go sometimes. What would you say?
In this particular case, I would have to go with no bill. It gives suicide by cop just the way he was talking. It looks like he was ready to do, like he was asking them to shoot him. So it's just they obliged, and they showed restraint. They only did it when he started going towards the woman. So that's justifiable. So I no bill.
Definitely. Okay. Bruce.
Yeah, I'm going to go no bill too. It's like you said, he was threatening lethal force against them, so they had every right to respond in kind.
All right, then we've got Fidji in the audience. I saw her quotes there. I don't see any more. Fidji, would you bill or no bill by this, and B as well? I'm just going to throw that out there so you guys can answer. They're on our text chat. But I do want the B. I want your opinion, and I would love Fidji's opinion as well. But James, bill or no bill?
Well, no bill. And unfortunately, Jason's not here because he would probably be like, thank God that officer said that tasers don't always work, because they don't always work.
Dude, you have his voice down.
That
bro.
is a great rendition of him.
You have a future, James.
Yeah, 100%. B's on no bill. Fidji's on no bill.
So we're batting 1,000 on no bill. Let's jump to Laura, because we haven't heard from the Queen of the Kingdom.
Yeah,
Laura, tell us what's your opinion and whether you bill or no bill this.
I definitely no bill. I was surprised that they whoever was in that car was out trying to get towards him. That was kind of stupid on her part or his part, whatever the case may be. And what kind of drugs was that dude on? To be flying around with sabers, as Jason has said,
Yeah,
sabers.
Same drugs Joe's on right now.
Good
right?
Lord. Crazy.
He was ultimately smoking lead at the end.
Oh, he was, yeah.
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah.
Enough.
Wireless hole punch.
That was cool.
Yo. Well, all right, folks. John, that was a good video. John picked these videos out tonight, folks. So if they're good, give John some credit. If they're bad, give John some hell.
Yeah. Give me hell, but in my defense, I had to throw.
I'll give you his mailing address.
But
send it to him in the mail.
I do have. I try to have a little context on the others. So which one do we want to go to next?
Well, hold on, dude. You didn't ask my opinion, bro.
Oh, sorry.
We know.
Well, do we really want your opinion?
Stay in your lane, Kingdom. Stay in your lane.
Yeah, exactly. For us civilians, I mean, it was kind of like that Donald Trump, Joe Biden stuff last night. I mean, he was out there bumping his gums, but he deserved what he got there. He deserved what he got there.
So you're saying no bill for the police officers. It was a good shoot.
Oh yeah,
that was good shooting.
That was good shooting. Yeah, I mean, I thought it's pretty interesting because the person who was taking that camera, like of him walking towards the cops, when the guy who actually did the shooting, it looked like the camera was kind of lined up where it possibly could have been in the line of fire. And it wasn't the diamond or pyramid or some kind of a stance, tactical stance. It looked like he was taking a video of him firing towards him, like someone out in the shooting range or something right next to the target. So I don't know. That part looked a little scary, but definitely good shoot. All right, so the next one we have is T. Randell. Let's check this one out.
Yeah, we're gonna have fun with this one.
Yeah, let's do it.
517 County.
And this is in y'all's neck of the woods, Rusk, Texas. Rusk County, Texas.
Oh, we live in Redneck,
517 County traffic.
Good.
Yeah, I'm just going to be off of 64 west of Bunny's on near 4125 on a paper dealer tag 010322. Actually, that's the date. It's an out-of-state tag. Union David 5713. It's going to be a maroon Nissan Altima occupied one time, it looks like.
What state is that 28 out of?
I can't see it right now. Possibly Oklahoma. There's an OU sticker on it.
Well, he's still breaking a lot of detail there, isn't he, John? Talk about that. Especially the temporary tag, out of state temporary tag.
Good evening.
How you doing, sir?
Good. I'm Sergeant Ivers from the Rusk County Sheriff's Office.
Yes, sir.
The reason I pulled you over is you blew that stop sign back there.
No, I didn't. I came to a complete stop with that stop sign.
All right.
Claiming sexual assault.
I did. I came to a stop.
No, you didn't. So.
What do you mean?
These
I mean, what do you mean?
These officers always
Step out of the vehicle for
give
me.
me the heebie-jeebies, man.
I mean,
especially when you see him
I
broadside
think it's
like
too
that.
loud. We can talk over it. Let's turn the volume down the video just slightly.
Can you show? I mean, can you show me that I blew?
Step out.
All right, go ahead.
How's that?
Yep.
Good balance.
Good stuff.
Turn around, put your hands right there real quick.
I'm just
You got
saying
anything on
these
you,
night
shake your hands out.
pullovers like this with these police officers always give me the heebie-jeebies with these guys, especially when they're standing broadside to the car like that.
Yeah.
What's he grabbing for?
I don't have anything on
He's
me.
grabbing
You can't
for-
ask those questions anymore.
Officer, I don't have anything on me.
Oh.
Behind your back.
So as he was getting out of the car, he was messing with
Can you just tell
front
me,
of his pants.
officer? Please, can you tell me what I'm under arrest for? Please, please.
Yeah.
Get out.
Overweight cop.
Oh,
Yeah.
Shots fired
517
with Joe Lnu on Night Court.
Was that on the video or was that your audio?
That was
Jesus.
clip.
517 County.
Like I said, he's surely going to kill this man for evading.
No, he only shot it once.
Sounds out of breath to me with one little
at least one round discharge. You think you hit him?
You know what? I think he did. I think he clipped him right at the mailbox as he was getting away. Did anybody see a weapon in his hand?
I did not. I did
Dude,
not.
you okay?
As soon as he reached for the package,
backstory
I
on
got
that.
nervous.
No, he had both his hands in the air.
As soon as the cop reached for the
517
package.
County.
He pulled a little R. Kelly on him, started doing a little bump and grind, and then
Hey, I need an ambulance. Call everybody. I've got a shooting.
bro. So bro sexually assaulted her,
Well,
and then
it's
also
like-
caught at
Hurry
him.
up, I need an ambulance. I can't
It's
get
like
out of my
this-
radio.
Okay, I'll get him out there.
It's like this guy's had zero training.
He's a sergeant.
And this is in Rusk, R-U-S-K.
Yes.
Has he been hit or did he run down into the suspect?
He ran down to the suspect.
yeah, he told the guy, "Hey, are you okay?" I think the guy's laying on the ground, maybe.
Oh, I got him.
Martin Mull off of Roseanne has died.
Oh,
Dang.
Who's that?
That's the
That's
suspect.
not Martin Mull, but he's in the same status as Martin Mull, I believe.
Shouldn't he have left his squad car there to
17,
preserve evidence,
41,
and positions of everything?
Oh man, we're gonna start getting into details. That's way down the list of shit he should have done.
Yeah. That's it, dude.
All right.
Wow.
So he was dead right there. The
Yeah.
bullet entered his chest cavity on the right side, just under his arm, shredded the dude's heart. The sergeant said that he thought he was reaching for a small handgun, and during the investigation, they found a crack pipe in a sunglasses or a reading glasses hard case. They found a crack pipe in it. That's what he was hiding. No weapon. His the decedent's mom has filed a wrongful death lawsuit and another lawsuit for civil violation.
Yeah. Yeah, B's
All
on
right.
it.
Yeah, I agree
Let's-
with you, B.
Before we go, before we start going down some rabbit holes, because we can on this. Remember, the standard for a grand jury is what the actor, in this case the police officer, would have known at the time, what a reasonable person would have known at the time, and make those decisions of to shoot or no shoot, use deadly force or not use deadly force, off of that parameter. So what did the police officer what could he have known at the time? He goes, he makes contact with the vehicle, says that he blew a stop sign. So I'm assuming we're talking about a sexual assault case.
Right.
But he says that he blows through a stop sign. That's the reason for his stop. And then he asks him to get out. It appears to be some furtive movements. John, did you see that
I did.
with
Yeah.
the suspect getting out?
Yeah,
So
when he was
furtive movements would be kind of sketchy, make you want to look at it a little closer. Did he have anything in his hand, or did anybody see anything that would make a police officer believe that he was armed or reaching for a waistband?
No.
I didn't, but we're not seeing it from the officer's point of view, and I know
Right.
we've brought that up a couple of times that we're not seeing it from the officer's point of view.
No, we're not. But you know what? We can throw that video back up and just put the volume down so we can kind of watch some of the mechanics of this.
And I thought it was interesting. He said he thought he had a small pistol.
Look, his hands are empty right there. I mean, definitely grabbing one of his genitals. I can see how that make you aggressive.
As
You're like,
soon as he
and
did,
then
that's
he's
when
not,
he starts getting.
and then
all
he's
crazy.
like, instead of put your hands behind his back, he's trying to force his hands behind his back.
Well, this is definitely one of those cases of if you just complied, he would have gone home that night.
Well, he had his
why is
hands
he
up in
doing
the air though.
Yeah, why is he doing a search for just going through a stop sign?
I tell you what, stop. Let's go back.
You don't
That's a good angle of the shot. Let's go back just
don't
prior
get-
to him shooting.
You don't get to do a body search for a simple traffic offense.
Well, but when he asked him to get out of the car, as the guy is turning around to be in that position right there, he does reach for. So watch
The
him.
guy complied. He got out of the car immediately.
If he had furtive movements inside the vehicle, which we can't see, police officer absolutely can do a Terry frisk for his safety. And I would say the officer is within his authority up until he shoots the firearm, in my opinion. But I want to look at the suspect when the firearm is being discharged.
So when he frisks him for the first time, when the guy gets out of the car, he reaches for his back pocket, which is fine. Then he adjusts his ball sack, so to speak, which is maybe where the crack pipe was.
I think that's
could be. Is there any way to pause that when he's at the mailbox?
Both hands were completely visible. Completely visible.
When he gets out of the car,
that's what I want to see.
When he gets out of the car, he adjusts his maybe his pipe was in his front of his trousers.
Oh yeah, he had his hands up. The officer grew while he was still on the ground.
Yeah,
he made that first step forward, and both hands were in front of him.
Yeah, you see, he's drawing. The guy didn't even get up yet, and both hands.
Well,
what's
unfortunate? What's unfortunate is we can't see if the guy was on the ground poking around in his waistband. That would maybe make this a clean shoot, but I'm going to say that a jury needs to sort this out. That's my vote.
I agree.
I'm with you on that one, Joe. This one's going to the jury.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Now, Tickle, do you want to disagree that this actually, that you think it should be a conviction because of the body search?
I'm not on the cop side with this one. I'm sorry. I'm not. I'm not sorry. I am not on the cop side.
I agree.
I'm gonna say this is a bad situation for the cop, and I don't agree. Okay, this is a traffic stop that went extremely badly, and I see this a lot, and I'm usually on the cop side with arrogant young individuals, and unfortunately here in Houston, Nissan Altimas are always involved in big problems with temporary paper plates. It's a massive issue here in Houston, and whenever I see one on the road, I avoid them like the plague. But in this case, it was a basic traffic stop for okay, you whiz through a stop sign. I get it. But the minute when they said it was a Nissan Altima, the cop couldn't even read the plate properly. He couldn't even tell what state it was. He didn't care. That was his attitude right there and then. He couldn't even radio properly. And I'm a sheriff, so you're going to pay attention to me. There was his attitude right there. I'm not on the cop side with this one.
Yeah, I kind of agree. So a little bit more. It said during the pat down, officials, I thought that was interesting. Officials claim Randall, which is the decedent, attempted to conceal contraband in his waistband and made furtive movements to his waistband, quote unquote. The attorney for Rusk County said that the deputy believed Randall was attempting to hide a small gun down the front of his pants, but said it was later found to be a crack pipe in the eyeglasses case. In October of 2023, Randall's mother, Wendy Tippett, filed a federal lawsuit claiming wrongful death and civil rights violation.
Yeah.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. I think you could make a case on furtive movements, but I think it's so sketchy and so thin that a jury needs to hear that and make up their mind on that. But Laura,
When it made his adjustment, which obviously is concealing his crack pipe in his waistband, which the cop later thought was a gun. I think I really do think it needs to be investigated. He obviously got scared real freaking quick. Podunkville, Texas. Yeah. Investigated for sure. Jury, whatever.
so it goes to trial. That's what we're
Yes.
saying. So
Yeah.
as you sit on a grand jury, this is going to go to trial.
Absolutely.
And let the prosecution.
Unfortunately, because you can just tell the officer was just a little taken aback. If the guy had just said, "Yeah, I blew the stop sign," he'd been gone home.
True that.
No, I'm going to say the officer was unprofessional all the way through. He didn't, and if he was he a sergeant, John?
Yes.
Oh.
All right, that's pretty sad for a sergeant when he doesn't know how to read off a temporary tag. He's going to read the date off as if the date's a unique number. Now there is an audit number on those temporary tags, but you can't see. You got to get closer to see it. There were other ways that he could do, but he damn sure had I'm going to touch the tail light when I approach this vehicle. He had that down. But I bet he couldn't tell you why that's the notion to do that is. But I think the officer in general was unprofessional and lack of training.
Unfortunately.
Why is that done? What is the purpose of that?
To leave a fingerprint or leave DNA on a vehicle because your video is running, so it shows that you made that contact there. If you were to be shot or injured in that vehicle were to get away, if they ever find the vehicle again, they'll go to that spot to prove that it was the actual vehicle.
Makes sense.
And folks, I apologize for the hiccups. It's a side effect of some medication that I'm on.
Yeah. No worries, dog. No worries. Big Ron, man. What'd you think of that one, dude?
Yeah, I agree with everybody else. He was super unprofessional from the beginning. Guy's hands was in front of him. This is definitely a grand jury bad shoot.
100.
Sad.
What's up, James? What you think, bro?
I agree with everyone. This definitely needs to go to trial. And if I were on that jury, I'd be looking real hard at that dude's testimony.
Yeah, no.
What would you be looking real hard at?
Exactly how he explains what he felt when he went into that waistband, what scared him so much, and why he felt that he needed to pull a gun instead of try some other method of subduing, like going back to the car and chasing him.
Or something. Yeah. Would that little young punk overpowered you?
Oh, Lord.
What's up, B. Wayne? What'd you see?
I'm afraid I'm not going to have anything controversial to say. I agree with everyone else that he needs to go to court and explain his actions and probably be held responsible for them because, he did nothing but escalate. And how often, is that? I can't imagine that's protocol to shoot someone fleeing a traffic stop. Even if he did have drugs in his waist, I don't know. I was kind of against the ruling. I forget which state made it illegal to shoot people in the back who are just fleeing. But
let's talk about that for a second. It wasn't a state that made it illegal. There were several states in this up into the 60s that it was lawful for you to use deadly force to stop a felon fleeing from a fresh crime. You're talking about Garner versus Tennessee. Garner was coming out of the house with a television in the 68, 69. So imagine how small this television had to be.
Or how heavy it was.
Yeah, how heavy and small it was, both. He's coming out of the house with a television. Police are arriving on the scene. They see him with their eyes. They see him come out and run towards the back of the house. They pursue him. He goes over the fence into an alleyway, then proceeds up the alleyway, Law enforcement officer comes over the fence as well. He pulls his revolver, and they had to lick the sights at the time. He licks his sights and lays down on him and shoots him and strikes him in the back of the head, kills him to prevent him from fleeing this felony offense. It was legal at the time. It was accepted at the time that that's what it would do. Those stop or I'll shoot bullshit. That's where it came from. They were serious when they said it. I've said that too, but I'm not serious. But Garner versus Tennessee went to the Supreme Court, and they called that a Fourth Amendment violation because they cheated Garner out of his due process. He didn't have a chance for any of his due process because he was effectively seized without being able to be unseized when the bullet struck the back of his head. So it is not lawful in any state in the United States, in any jurisdiction, to use deadly force to stop someone from fleeing a crime. If in fact that's what that officer did that day, then he committed a not only a civil rights violation, but he also committed murder.
Murder. I like murder on this one. I don't like that one at all, dude.
That was terrible.
You know, you get behind this kid. He's got temp tags. He ain't paid his insurance. He's sitting there smoking crack with his friends. Whatever. Okay. You ran a stoplight. No, I didn't. I didn't run nothing. I don't know what you're talking about. Like, confrontational. You ran a stoplight. No, I didn't. Yes, you did. Get the fuck out the car, right? But it seemed like it escalated so damn fast there that you're like, hey, even though both my hands are up and on the hood, at that point you're like, whoa, hey, bro, I'm going to have to just put you just with some handcuffs on you real quick while I do a quick search. You're not under arrest at this time, but I'm just doing this for my safety. Is what I would think maybe someone would say. But he gets him in some fucking uncoordinated fucking arm bar. Then he tries to get his hands behind his head. Then he's not sure how to handle him, but he knows he needs to tackle him to the ground because he outweighs him by 2 or 3 times and he's just a young kid. Then the kid gets up and he shoots the whole thing. It's like fucking overweight cop. I mean, this guy, I would go murder on this guy right here. And how the fuck he's a sergeant, I don't know. Maybe he works for the Massachusetts State Police Department. I'm not sure.
Oh yeah, it sounds like something Massachusetts would do.
Yeah, well, let me ask you that. I mean, you're saying murder. You're saying murder because of an unorganized arm bar and that he's overweight. How does any of that play into the fact of that being justifiable or murder?
Well, I mean, to take someone's life for running a stop sign, when the guy's got his hands up in the air and you're sitting here trying to do some physical maneuver when he's already surrendered. He's surrendered. Hey, do me a favor. Put you on. I need to know why I'm getting arrested. You're like, just put your hands behind your back right here. I'm going to search you. What's going on? He hasn't made any I'm going to turn around and punch you in the face or done anything really aggressive except for they're arguing about whether he ran a stop sign or not. And then he loses his life a few minutes later. I don't like that at all. That's murder, my opinion, or at least I would take it to a jury and see what's up on that when I'm saying going to trial.
Oh yeah, I agree. I could also, from another perspective, I think for me that the thing that would also have me charge him with murder is that he finished throwing him in a failed throwing him to the ground and he failed, but the guy kind of rolled over, and before the guy even gets off, it's a little bit off frame, but he's already drawing his weapon. It seemed like a continuum. It seemed like you're not getting away from me. That's what I got from that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And, to that, all I have to say is,
yeah. Hey, I'm about to reach my hand in your pocket. You don't have anything in there sharp that's going to poke me or anything like that.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, Laura, can you clean up that mess for it on what them two gentlemen just said? Can you clean that up so that an average person would understand what they said?
Yeah.
I'm afraid I don't speak that kind of language.
Yeah.
I think it's broken down into a much simpler element, and that is that I don't believe this officer believed that he had a firearm. I think this guy was running, and I think he used deadly force to stop him. And I think it's murder as well. Do we know the disposition on that, John, or is it still waiting?
No, I have not been able to find anything.
I would be surprised if that is not homicide or murder, or at very least manslaughter, and that's giving him some on the manslaughter.
Yeah, and when you're a sergeant, what does that mean? It's not your first day on the job. What do you have to do to become a sergeant?
You got to get promoted a couple times.
I mean, is this a couple years on the job? This is some.
Well, Depends on what state you're in. In Texas, you have to take an exam.
That's it.
Well, that's actually not true. It depends on the agency you're in. It doesn't.
Right, it does.
There's some agencies that don't require it.
He says in the beginning, he says the sheriff.
Yeah, but every sheriff's department is different. They're run completely. It
Right.
depends on the jurisdiction. Like Houston, Harris County, where you're at, absolutely. Larger departments are going to require some sort of a testing. The department I worked in,
I would
required
have
testing.
no qualms on a jury. I would have no qualms voting for murder. I would have no qualms at all.
Yeah, I mean it sucks, but you know, whenever you're shooting somebody, that's like the level that you when you do that, you know there could possibly be some consequences. And when that little kid, they couldn't get him in the armbar, and the fucking Jimmy Superfly snuck off the top ropes maneuver, and he slipped out. You know, like, oh shit, a kid got away on foot. He doesn't have a weapon or whatever. I mean, he was running for his life. I don't know. I didn't see it there.
Okay, so
That cop, he did not have time to. Okay, he got his hands in his waistband, but he did not have time to find that glasses case and look in it all at the same movement. So he didn't know what the contents were until afterwards.
You got to remember the standard for these is a grand jury is what the person, the actor, or a reasonable person would have known with the information available to them at the time. And that's a hard standard because you don't get the chance of knowing that it was a glasses case because he never opened up. So he could maybe feel, a reasonable person would say that he felt something there, but he doesn't get the opportunity to say that. But that is the standard when we look at these, is that did the actor or what would a reasonable person know or believe with the information available to them at the time. And you go back to the toy gun standard. After I shot the guy, I realized it was a plastic black gun, but before I shot him, it was realistic looking. So that would be technically a good shoot, even though how bad that would be. You shoot somebody with a plastic gun, but technically it would be a good shoot. But
well, I don't know.
Laura,
So
do you want to clean that up?
Yeah. So Tyler, Texas, which is very close to where this happened. The incidents happened on September 14, 2022 at 1 a.m. And it said that the Mr. Randall, that was the person involved in the shooting, had meth in his system and 2 times the blood alcohol content in his system. And the officer Everson thought that the gun that was in the front of his pants ended up being the crack pipe wrapped in the
he was reaching
sunglass.
for his pistola, if you know what I'm talking about.
So when the officer reached, Everson reached for in the front to search him, he felt the eyeglass case, which he thought was a gun, which is what escalated the incident. But this was just published 3 days ago, and the Tyler Police Department stands behind their officer, obviously.
Of course. Back to
Tyler,
blue, baby.
Is actually not that far from when you go up northeast of Houston.
It's 3 hours. 3 hours from here. 3 hours from
Yeah.
Houston. We're also in Houston.
Oh, okay, great.
Yeah.
Well, then oh my God, it's a horrible place.
It's backwoods. It's definitely backwoods.
There's definitely meth
really-
smoking going on.
There's a lot of meth and a lot of drugs in that area, but his blood alcohol content 2 times legal limit plus the meth in his system as well. So
Okay,
maybe
let's
Mr. Randall
pause.
was in his right
Let's
mind
pause
as
that.
well.
Let's pause that. That officer could not have known how much meth was in his system. He could
Exactly.
He could have suspected it.
Totally agree with you.
Had no idea how much blood alcohol content. So it really boils down to, would a reasonable person believe that a hard eyeglass case, I'm assuming it's a hard eyeglass case with his pipe in it in the front of his waistband, would a reasonable person believe that this could be a firearm?
He said he was fearful when he reached and felt the
changes things,
hard
doesn't it?
item.
Yeah. No, it doesn't change. I don't know. Me and FT are together on this one. Didn't change nothing for me. He had both of his hands on the car.
Right.
And they're like, put your hands where I can see them right now.
And
They are
what
there.
you just said, Joe. I mean, could you think it was, the butt end of a pistol? Yeah. Here's my hang up on it though. Regardless of what it was, he didn't display it. He was running.
Yes.
That officer in my opinion, at that point in time, was not. He was not, or should not have been, in fear of his life, or even seriously bodily injury at that time. The dude was running away from him, had his hands up, clearly had nothing in his hands.
Okay.
Y-
So
yeah.
if you believe that that's a firearm in his waistband, not a crack pipe, and this guy's running away from you, could he go 5-6 steps and then turn around and engage you again?
Absolutely. I don't have a problem with him drawing his duty weapon. I have a problem with him shooting as quick as he did.
I'll go back again and say that this goes to a trial. This is not a grand jury disposition. But when you get on some other videos,
And just so you know,
we got a
Joe,
transgender
and just so you know
situation
that
next.
he was with the grand jury, he was found with no bill by the Rusk County grand jury.
Okay, so they no billed him, huh?
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh God, really?
Wild.
No
But-
bill. Randall's family has since filed a civil lawsuit seeking monetary
Yeah,
damages. in
they
federal
back
court.
in the blue in the,
federal
courthouse. Federal courthouse.
They went to federal court to
Sheesh.
get the lawsuit.
Here's the next one. This is
Hey, put your stuff down and put your hands on your head. Put your hands on your head. Put your hands on your head. Hey, hey.
that's not working.
Jesus.
All right, James, give us a Jason impression.
Tasers don't work, people.
I never did like them.
Gosh. What the heck?
I hate tasers. Don't get them.
I used to carry them the first couple times, and then I just never even carry them anymore.
Yeah, I see a
Pepper
couple
balls.
of things.
I'd just like to say the fact that we have the hissing air sound with this guy with holes in him is just
Yeah, really grotesque.
He's aired out for sure.
Play that one more time. What the heck just happened
definitely
here?
ventilated.
That's a trans.
He pulled a knife. 2 sets of tasers didn't work.
Good grief.
I tell you what, let's turn the volume down and play that. Let's
Yeah,
see the
please.
mechanics of it.
All right, here we go again.
So he's telling him to put his hands up while he's still sitting in the vehicle, but there's another unit to his left.
Oh, I see.
That taser's been deployed already. You hear it?
Mm-hmm.
He either missed or it had no effect at
good
all.
grief.
This guy.
Is that air noise coming from him?
Maybe his
Tire.
tire. Maybe his tire.
Yeah, I think they hit a tire, or maybe there's something in the bag that's got air. And I was making a comment that it was just kind of weird that.
Yeah, he's for sure been aired out thoroughly.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Well,
Thoroughly ventilated.
I think there's a pronoun here. See the shoes?
You can see the exit wounds.
Oh yeah. Does he have a weapon or something?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
pulled a knife off him underneath his body. It almost looked like a Bowie knife.
Not seeing it.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got a suspect on the call. We're going to assume that this is a disorderly conduct call. He's in the middle of the street. He's acting not right. They attempt to take him into custody. He does he's got a knife in his hand. He does present a danger to himself and or others in the street. So this is somebody that you have to deal with as police. One taser is deployed with either missed or absolutely had no effect in the taser deployment whatsoever. The second officer deploys his taser, no effect. The suspect continues to advance on. I say it's a no bill.
Yeah, Fidgety would have broke out the air horn. I'm sure of it.
What did Fidgety say? Air horn?
No, Fidgety was telling us the other day that she's got a whole, she doesn't carry a purse, but she has a whole arsenal full of shit. It was like,
Oh, her EDC loadout is crazy.
Yeah.
Including an air horn.
Air horn. She has mace, and she carries the pistol. And she's like telling us, if back in this social distancing and you have to wear a mask bullshit. So I'm not wearing a mask. And if I'm in a department store and someone says, hey, you need to wear a mask, you just start doing the air horn on them. It's like, okay.
That is known as the.
I like the way she thinks.
I like the way I like the way Fidgety thinks as well.
She
That's
said
the
she uses it all the time. All the time.
I bet she does.
Where's my Amazon? I'm red.
Yeah, she's like,
I need to find a battery powered.
Yeah, exactly. Like a megaphone is really what you need. But yeah, air horn, the little boat horn thing.
I tell you what, let's go to Bruce Wayne, guys. Bruce, if you need to set the video up again, if you want to make a run on that, we can do it. But bill or no bill?
That's a no bill for me. They tried the taser, didn't work. It kept advancing, so yeah, no, that looked like a clean shoot to me.
All right. FT.
Good shoot.
Yeah, that was a good shoot.
Good shoot.
James.
You don't bring a baton to a knife fight, so good shoot.
Okay. A baton. Okay, I get the joke. Get the joke now. Tickle.
It looks like a reasonable shoot. Looks like he, she, shim, whatever, was a threat.
Okay. And we've got Vet LT3. He says a no bill on this one. And Fiji just concerned about the megaphone was too big. the megaphone was too big.
Gotta love Fiji.
Yeah.
She concealed carries a 50 AE, so
That's the Fiji use of force continuum.
Yep. And then we got Big Ron. Bill, no bill.
No bill. Good shoot.
Laura? What do
No
you
bill
say?
for me as well. No bill for me. That was crazy.
Kingdom?
Yeah, it's a good shoot. Good shoot. That's a nice set
Yeah.
of high heels that went to waste, but yeah, good shoot.
You
I'm
can
sure
find
Laura
it
will
at
let you borrow a
police
set of hers.
auction.
I got
Yeah.
plenty.
You could always
They were
donate the high heels.
ugly, thin. Those were ugly shoes.
Yeah. Well, now you
Sorry.
can now
Well,
that
you
explains
know.
why she was so friggin' upset with the knife.
Policeauction.com.
Shim.
But you'll find them.
When you
Dad.
just call it Shim. SHIM.
Sounds good. All right, you ready for the next one?
Let's do
Yeah, let's hit the next
Indianapolis.
one.
Yeah,
Indianapolis is pretty badass.
Yes, Indianapolis. So this is a police use of force show on Fridays, and you can like and share this feed. We appreciate that one. And you can support the show by clicking buymeacoffee.com/Joe_LNU. Lnu. So let's go to this next one right here.
What's going on? There's a guy outside the facility waving a gun at people, saying that he's a felon and claiming that he will shoot people. There's an intruder. He's a black male with tattoos, about, probably 5'8", and he has a gun. He just put it in front of my face and cranked it up against a metal bar to let me know it's real. He's currently on my porch trying to, solicit electronics for sale, but he's kind of babbling off crazy stuff.
You're fine. You know me. I wouldn't do this if it wasn't what I think it is. If I'm wrong, tell me, please. Bro, hands up! Stop. Hands up!
Control, shots fired.
Shots fired, 604 East 38th Street.
What was that? Police action shooting. All right.
Police action shooting, 604 East 38th Street.
He just dropped it.
38th
Background. We're up here.
Just need somebody to grab hands. We got to do it.
I got hands.
Is the scene safe from Abby?
On me.
Yep.
Where's the gun? Over here.
Yeah. He was kind of pointing the gun at the cops, I would say.
Yeah.
John, you got any background on this?
There, no, the only thing I could
Oh, he's
find
never
that
gonna
they
do
had
that
met with
again.
before, there was some mental issue history with him. That's how he knew that officer. That was really about all I got out of it.
I believe on the original call, the 911 dispatch to that was that he was brandishing a gun and pointing it at people in the street, and he went and sat on a porch. He didn't live there. It was someone else's porch that he was sitting on when officers arrived. But did we see Is it clear that he did brandish the firearm? He raised it towards the
Oh
officer.
yeah.
Yeah, he had like in his lap, and he's like, "Hey, man, it's okay if I, do this, right? It's America, right? I can do this right here." And then he kind of pointed it at him, and he was like, he found out pretty quick. You can have one, but pointing it at me is like a whole nother thing.
I completely missed the initial engagement. I had to check on my wife.
And the thing that
There
got
were tattoos about.
Go ahead.
no, I was just going to say the what got me is the officer. That officer there, like he is just nonchalant.
Yeah, right here. So the guy has it in his
Just
hand right
yeah.
here.
The
Yeah,
guy
so
says,
he's got it in his hand right here, and then he comes up. He goes, "Hey, let me turn the volume on right here." Oh gosh.
Bro, hands up! Hands up!
I mean, he was
Yeah,
showing it
that's
to
pretty
him.
cut and dry. Pretty cut and dry.
Yeah.
the guy
Wait,
had it.
go back a frame a little. Like pause.
He had.
Is his
Right
hand
there?
in the trigger guard?
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
I actually, it's funny you noticed that too, because I actually took a still shot and then zoomed in on it. Yeah, his finger is on the trigger.
All
Yeah.
right. Well,
let me ask you this: if his finger is not on the trigger, does that make it different?
No, absolutely
No,
not.
no,
not
it
at
doesn't.
all.
But it's just like for the sake of intent, it looks like, yeah, that was a duel.
Well, let me ask you: does intent come into play on this? Remember, it's
No.
what the actor would have done and had what information was available to them at the time. Does intent have anything to play in this when a grand jury's deciding?
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm not sure if he could see that his hand was in the trigger guard, but if he did, that I think any reasonable person would then fire if somebody has a loaded gun pointed at you and their hand is in the trigger guard. That
I don't think the hand is. I don't. It looks like maybe it is or maybe it isn't. But he had that fucking gun pointed at that cop. He wasn't putting it down, dropping it, nothing like that. So I think it's another
the
Joe
last
Biden
second.
situation.
I just did a frame by frame as well, and at the very last second, you can see that he pulls it up to face the cop, and just as he finished saying to the cop, "You know me, I wouldn't do this unless I had a good reason." This is suicide by cop.
Yeah.
It looked like it was pretty effective. You know what's interesting? I believe that officer was ambidextrous because he comes up with it in his left hand, fires with his right hand, then switches back to his left hand.
And he only
That's how I
uses one.
train.
He doesn't even support himself with his second hand.
No, he rattled those off. I would do this. This would be a no bill for me if I'm sitting in the grand jury.
6 bullets. I counted them.
Yeah, B says suicide
That's
by
quite
cop.
remarkable to do with one hand. Look at his muscle power. Good grief.
Oh yeah, he's a rock.
That's what happens when you train.
Yeah.
No, I think
don't
it was
know.
a proficient officer. I think it was a good shoot.
Yeah, I think when you talk about police officers and how dangerous the fucking job is, I mean, just for him to walk upon that porch, everybody knows this guy's got a gun. All of his neighbors know he's sitting on the fucking porch with a gun or whatever. I mean, let's just say that you're in a dangerous place where stuff like this happens. And for him just to walk up in there nonchalantly, "Hey man, what's going on?" And then all of a sudden, he's in this, the guy has a gun and he has to shoot him. This freaking job is super damn dangerous, dude. Super dangerous. And that's definitely one of those days. But a good shoot for me. Good shoot.
FT, you called it a good shoot, right?
Yeah. I think it's a good shoot, and I think as you say, Joe, law enforcement's like pretty siloed and stuff like that. So I'd say definitely in some areas it's more of a dangerous job than others. Like on average, it's not that dangerous, but there's definitely areas that it's basically like you're at war. But yeah, in this case, really good shoot. Like very calm, collected, clean. There's not really much you can say. I saw this before and I didn't think it was a good shoot, but like seeing it in slow motion and seeing him point the gun like at the officer is just like, okay, yeah, nah. Any reasonable person that owns a firearm would have shot in that situation if they were in it somehow.
True.
Yeah, or at least a reasonable person would have believed that there was a credible danger to their lives or serious bodily injury, I would say.
Oh yeah.
Tickle?
I'm going with good shoot. Again, at the very last second, he raises the gun towards the cop. I feel most bad for the homeowner. She must have been terrified to have that happen right outside her window. And I would be very proud to have that cop do that right outside my door. But yeah,
Yeah.
I'd be proud of him doing it on my Ring camera because I could
Monetize
promote
it.
that. Yeah, monetize that. Yeah.
exactly. Throw that on TikTok and make $1 million. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Big Bruce Wayne, give us your opinion.
Sorry, caught me off guard. Yeah, no, it did look like a clean shoot. The first time I saw that, I was thinking that was the calmest shoot ever. Like that cop was cool, but I didn't see the guy raise his gun the first time, and so yeah, I'd have to say that's a no, Bill.
Okay. Well, I don't see a comment by Fidji about any audible defensive or offensive devices like a megaphone. So I guess that didn't come into play on this one. But
No.
James, what do you think?
That was probably the quickest, cleanest, clearest as day. No, Bill.
Okay.
Good shit.
Big Ron?
No, Bill, clean shoot. Next video.
Do we know where that was, by the way?
That was in Indianapolis.
Yeah, Indianapolis.
Oh,
I
wow.
believe,
They're coming up good tonight.
Yeah.
Laura?
I agree. It's no, Bill. I can't commend the officer for walking up on that porch so calmly. That was something else.
The next one we have is from Long Beach. You know what I'm saying? South Central, baby. Compton. Laura and I was just in Long Beach this year, not that long ago.
Oh, yeah. It was awesome.
Yeah, well, you know,
Not.
it was interesting.
I've never known no long bitch, but I've known some short bitches.
Long Beach. Here it is. So far, no sound, huh?
Yeah, this is the closed circuit cameras from the store, so no sound.
All
Civilian on civilian?
One
Yeah.
says victim.
Oh, watch it.
Now that red vehicle, is that a civilian car?
Yes.
Okay.
Now look in the stoplight or up at the top. That's the police.
Gotcha. Okay, thank you.
So was there shots fired there? I missed that part.
Yes.
Now, stop. You're going to get shot. I'm in foot pursuit, northbound orange, male black, blue over blue, 417. Drop the gun. Drop the gun now. Get on the ground.
Like some Grand Theft Auto stuff.
998. Put your hands out. Put your hands out in front of you. Hands out in front of you now. Hands out in front of you now. Hands out in front of you now.
Switch over to channel 3. Collection channel.
Threat on 52, 5840 orange. Facing eastbound. He's proning himself out. Hey! Hands out in front of you now! He shot at you? Hey, pull over for me. Please. 3 out of 52.
Said, nah, I'm gone.
The victim that he shot at is driving northbound in a black Kia.
I copy. He shot northbound at a black Kia. What's your updated location?
5840 orange. And he tossed the 417 right behind me. What's your name, dude? Hey, don't worry about that. Don't look at them. Look at me. That's fine. Just keep looking at me. That's fine. Keep looking at me, okay? I'll let you know what's going to happen.
Hey, we're moving up, all right? Hey, we're moving up. Yes, sir.
Just stay just like that. Lay it flat on your stomach.
Yes, sir.
Flat on your stomach. Do not.
Yes, sir.
Bring both your hands behind your back.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that'd been a good day to like pull your pants up a little bit. You know what I mean?
Furtive movement.
But you think you'd be able to run a little faster if you didn't have your pants down around your knees.
But then
That
you couldn't
just
be styling and
drives me
profiling,
nuts.
bro.
Absolutely drives me nuts.
All right,
Yeah.
what do we learn from this video? We got some surveillance video from a convenience store. Looks like there might have been some words with the guy at the gas pump or the guy in the parking lot, and maybe when a gas pump, and the guy in the blue. Was there some shots exchanged there?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, the suspect walked into. I think they had exchanged some words for whatever reason, and guy walks in the store and then comes back. They exchange some more words, and suspect starts shooting at the dude.
Yeah, it kind of like looked more like a maroon car that the guy left in.
And he's gonna go get him some gong now with the police chasing him. Now, was he shot there? I couldn't see that.
Shot him like right here. Boom, boom, boom.
I heard the rounds go off, but do we know if he landed any of them?
998. Put your hands out. Put your hands out in front of you. Hands out in front of you now.
Yeah, I think he was hit
Hands out in
once.
front of you now.
I read that somewhere.
Hands out in front of you now.
Yeah. I think the shot was like right around here.
Drop the gun now. Get on the ground. 998. 998.
Yeah, there. Yeah, he fell down pretty quick after that.
Is it all police shooting, or did we have a suspect fire discharge first?
I don't think he fired. I think
Well, he definitely discharged at that other car. I didn't hear the audio, but apparently he shot at that car in the gas station.
Yeah, you can see the muzzle flash in the closed circuit camera.
Yeah.
Wait, can you go back to that real quick? Sorry.
Yeah, which one?
The closed circuit camera. I just need to see. So yeah, this is the start of it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so he already has his gun out.
Right there, so you'll
Yeah,
see
he
him
walked out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, definitely a discharge. I see the muzzle flash.
So I don't know if the police seen that, but he was definitely close enough to hear it.
Yep. I mean, when you see somebody looking like that in that stance,
The officer's right there.
yep.
Yeah.
My thing is like the guy didn't even try to run away. Look at this. Like if you notice, like when the police officer comes, he runs one direction then switches, which is very stupid.
Yeah.
Like this
I
is
don't think he realized that that was a police officer coming. I think when he did the turn, the double take and turn, and committed himself to a direction, I think that's when he realized it was a police officer.
Yeah. Well, this type of happens every day in Long Beach. What do we think on this one?
Yeah, let's get into that. I'm going to go to Tickle first on this. Tickle, is that a good shoot or bad shoot?
I'm going to say that's a good shoot. They're in a public environment. Threat to, as I think it was Vet that said, threat to civilians. Completely agree. This is a no bill.
So you're saying that deadly force would have been authorized because this person shows a propensity to put the public at large in danger?
I agree. I absolutely agree. However, the cop was a little bit risque with how he was openly shooting as well, but he was trying to take out a threat. So
you think the officer was showing too much skin? You said risque.
Risque.
Yeah.
Well,
May I
you know,
ask
no,
what you were wearing at the time? Yeah.
well, at least he wasn't wearing high heels. But anyway, there's a big question mark, isn't there? You know, how much is too much? But yeah, he had to take out a risk and a threat to the public because the guy was.
So you're a no bill.
I'm a no bill without going into too much. Yeah, I'm a no bill.
FT, no bill, or send it on to indict and send on to trial.
Oh, I'm gonna have to say no bill. Like he was actively shooting at a civilian. Like the guy even said you saved my life. He wasn't gonna stay, but he even thanked him for that. So I think it's pretty clear.
Good shoot.
Good shoot, Bruce Wayne.
Absolutely no bill. Yeah, that guy was a threat to everyone around him. That cop acted quickly and probably saved a lot of lives.
Big Ron.
Yeah, good shoot, no bill. Definitely a menace to society on that one.
No pun intended.
No pun intended.
No pun intended.
James.
I think that it was a fantastic job of shooting, but to be a little controversial here, I would probably send him to trial.
Give us your reasons.
Going to trial.
The reason is because by the time the officer entered the situation, he saw that the guy had a gun, but didn't necessarily know whether or not it had bullets. Didn't know whether or not it was that guy who had been discharging, unless he had really good eyesight and could see the discharge from the distance before he pulled up. But since I don't know his perspective, I would say based on the evidence that I can see here, the officer didn't necessarily know whether or not that was the shooter, the aggressor in the situation.
So when the officer's saying drop the gun, that doesn't give you any indication that he knew that he might have been the shooter. And what about this? That officer was sitting at a red light when the weapon was discharged.
Yeah, I think you could see the muzzle flash from that distance pretty easily.
But the other part that I was making is he didn't necessarily know whether or not that guy was the aggressor, unless he was called there for a specific descriptor, which I don't know.
Okay, so you're going to vote to send him to a jury trial. By the way, on a grand jury, it's not a unanimous division. It's 51% preponderance is how you get a grand jury indictment.
So I think I just want to add, James, I don't necessarily disagree, but I think we can see the perspective from this camera, which the officer couldn't see, which clearly indicates that he was the aggressor. But I do agree, to run and shoot without knowing if that's person's aggressor or not, but then at the same time he could have just dropped the gun and complied. So I hear what you're saying. I didn't think of that perspective. Well, I think as with the evidence that we do have, I think it's clear that he was the aggressor.
Yeah, for sure, dude. I mean, if you're sitting at a stoplight and there's a gas station on the corner, I think we went over this like 20 times the other day. James said that he would get his pistola, go up in there, and he'd, eliminate the threat in a little Clint Eastwood vigilante situation. But this police officer is sitting there. I mean, it's right there on the corner. There's a gas station. The dude's popping off rounds, pop, stuff. Then he's sitting there walking. The guy didn't pull into the gas station like he was about to put 5 on pump number 3. I mean, he jumped over the curb, seeing that this guy just shot him and then pursued him, immediately got on foot and pursued him. He obviously seen it.
So is that a no bill?
Oh, fuck yeah. No bill on that one. That's a good shoot.
Laura, can you clean that up so the rest of us understood what he just said?
He's saying he's no.
Yeah, I want to talk to the nurse.
Because he thinks the cop saw it from the intersection that there was a shooting involved.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think at least he heard the report. I think at least the officer heard the report of the firearm.
And maybe someone from the gas station called too, right?
Yeah, very well could have.
There had to been a confrontation in the gas station.
Do we have any background info on this?
No, I have not. I don't know what you.
You know where it is?
Let me.
Long Beach.
Yeah, that was Long Beach. Yeah.
YouTube has. They have done a lot of changes on how they're doing these videos now, especially when it comes to 2A stuff, even on the police stuff. They're not really giving much context. I am going to subscribe to their Patreon channel, Police Activities Patreon channel, and see if we can't start getting more context. But
now, police activity, it took me a couple of times to figure this out too, but police activity, if you'll hit the expand the detail, it usually has everything about a good synopsis anyway of what the shoot is.
These newer ones are not, and I did find it on one of the older ones, which was about a week and a half ago. But these that have been within the last 4 or 5 days, there's nothing.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, let's talk about this. We've got a long video, and there's a whole lot going on. There's a lot going on in this video. Do we want to put that off till next week? Now that I've said everybody's intrigued on it, but we've got 45 minutes to run this video. I believe the video is 30 minutes long.
Or there's one from Nashville, a daughter, a knife, all kinds of stuff loaded up. Or we can run late.
My vote is hold that till next Friday and see if Jason can join, because that was going to take a while. That's just me.
Well, you're the host of the show, so let's go with that route with it, and let's run the next video.
Stop right there, police! Get down to the ground! Get down to the ground! Stop right there! Listen to me! Get down to the ground! Back up.
He's not stopping.
Get down to the ground! 255. 255. Get down to the ground! Don't come any closer! Switch the taser! Switch the taser! Get down to the ground! Do it now! Stand by. Get down to the ground! Stop!
258 shots fired by law enforcement. One subject down.
It looked like he was going to take off there like an airplane.
Yeah.
What was that Naruto run?
Do not move! 255, start medical. All right, we're gonna move.
Switching to lethal?
Yep. We're gonna move to his, so we can secure his hand. Okay?
Got it.
I like how the
Drop the
traffic
knife!
that was coming, like, oh, this is going to be a while. I'm going to make a U-turn and go back the other way.
Yeah.
Is this Houston?
No. It's Nashville.
Nashville?
Stop right there, police! Get down to the ground! Get down to the ground! Stop right there! Listen to me! Get down to the ground! Back up.
Let the dog out.
Get down to the ground!
In the first video, was that sound of taser charging?
Get down to the ground!
Yeah.
Don't come any closer! Switch the taser! Switch the taser! Get down to the ground! Do it now! Stand by. Get down to the ground!
There's the passengers for cars.
Stop!
Yep, that's a Naruto run.
258 shots fired by law enforcement. One subject down.
Do not move! Do not move!
Y'all know why he's talking louder to the suspect now than he was before.
All right, we're gonna move.
Switching to lethal.
He's deaf.
We're gonna move to his.
Yeah, he's getting further
So
away.
we can secure his hand. Okay.
Got it.
Drop the knife! Hang on. Hang on.
We're in lethal.
Why are we getting his face blurred out? What's going on here?
Well, I see blood splatter.
Some agencies,
may not
that's
have a
their
face.
policy.
Yeah.
Vet says too much.
Starboard and
anime.
what? What's our
It's
20?
bounce-
Starboard and
It's just bouncing all.
255.
Oh yeah,
right in
that,
front
I
of
said the
Flagstone.
same thing. He's definitely Naruto running.
I've said it a million times, I'll say it till I'm blue in the face. Tasers don't work, people.
Yeah.
Get down on the ground! Stop right there! Listen to me! Get down on the ground! Back up.
I'll trade you that taser for a coral gun.
Get down on the ground! 255. 255. Get down on the ground! Don't come any closer! Switch the taser! Switch the taser! Get down on the ground! Do it now! Stand by. Get down on the ground! Stop!
Yeah. What is the run?
That's the Naruto run.
Nailed him in the off button, man. Factory reset.
Hit that return to sender stamp on his birth certificate.
Oh yeah, that's a little Nashville classic.
All right, well now he's gonna
This is
he's
what
gonna just yell at this
happens
dead guy on the ground. So let's go to
Yep. We're gonna move to his so we can steer.
No, I don't think
secure
he has
his
a
hand.
megaphone there, Fidge.
Okay. Hang on.
Yeah, so pretty much do the same.
Fidge is upset that he didn't have a megaphone. I wonder what he's going to achieve by the airplane run.
255 Star Medical.
It's not airplane, it's Naruto. It's even worse.
Drop the knife!
All right, what do we got there?
I mean, say no to drugs, kids. Good
Yeah.
lord.
Yeah.
Okay, so he had a knife. Did we see that?
Yes.
At the end, yeah.
John, do you have any background information on this one?
Nope. Same thing. Just there's nothing there.
And this is Nashville.
Nashville, yes.
Yeah, it's Nashville Superman spotting.
Nuratu run. He's armed with a knife. He's obviously not listening to commands. He's advancing on the police officers. It's be a no bill for me.
That's a good shit. That's good shit. John has another opinion of it, I'm sure.
No, I don't.
What about Tickle?
It was difficult for me to comprehend what was happening because from my end, anyway, it was rubber banding all over the place. I noticed that there was a canine unit there, and now that we understand that he actually had a knife, I can comprehend why they didn't release the dog. And this is what happens when NPCs step into reality. It looks at the end of it all that it was a good shoot. So well done, police officers.
Good
That
shoot.
would be a no bill in my opinion.
FT?
Yeah, also no bill. I don't know why he tried to Naruto run. That was very embarrassing. I felt like third-hand embarrassment from that. It was really cringe.
What type of anime run would you have attempted in that situation?
You know, maybe superposition might have been better. Some Goku superposition to dodge the
up there.
bullets.
Yeah. That shit.
Yeah, sounds appropriate. James.
Tasers don't work, people. No bill. Sorry. Yeah. Sorry. Channeling a bit of Jason there.
Yeah.
You guys laugh about that, but Jason's absolutely right. Tasers are very fickle. They work some of the time. The other times they don't work. The problem is you don't really know until it's almost too late. But Bruce, give me an answer.
I'm going no bill on this one too.
Okay. And Big Ron.
That's good shit.
Yeah, I'm the same way. No bill. And on the taser, my son's a sheriff's officer, and he says one of the big things they're doing is everybody's wearing baggy shirts and baggy pants now. That's definitely hampering the conductivity of those tasers nowadays.
Are beanbag guns getting more common to combat that? Like that seems like a good secondary non-lethal.
Well, you gotta. It's much different to have a taser on your belt that you can pull off, your duty gear that you can pull off, versus running back to your car and loading up a shotgun. And I'll tell you that I've seen a beanbag shotgun used that knocked a guy's eye out of his head, hit him in the cheek, and his eye kept going, so to speak, knocked his eye out of his head. But so I don't know. I think we start looking forward. Let's just find a different way that we don't have to kill a guy that's running at me with a knife. I think maybe at some point we just got to realize that if you run at somebody with a knife, there's a good possibility you're going to get aired out in a permanent manner.
I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Net guns.
Net gun. Oh, with
All
the,
right,
like the
Batman.
Spider-Man.
Yeah,
I like
Yeah,
Bill
just
gun.
like a big 4-barrel shotgun thing. You shoot it, and it shoots out a net. You can catch drones, suspects, whatever.
Yeah, good point.
So so they just run around with that, run around with a net gun all the time.
Sure, why
Are you
not?
familiar with the rubber bullets
Electrified.
that were used in Northern Ireland? Are you familiar with those? Rubber bullets?
Yeah.
Check those out sometimes. They were very effective back in the day.
We use rubber bullets now for like crowd control, but
Yeah, January
I'm just
6th.
talking about January 6th. But let's go to law enforcement. John, North Carolina law enforcement. Is this a good shoot, or do you have any issues with it?
Absolutely. Yep.
Break it
Right.
down. What makes it a good shoot to you?
Well, I mean, he was advancing. You're within the 20-foot rule, so to speak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is that 21 foot a hard rule? Is it like written in law somewhere, or is it a rule of thumb?
No, it's just a rule of thumb. I mean, because we actually done some training on that within the red suit, and then the retractable knives, and it was an eye opener for me how quick somebody can advance. I mean, you would think that it would take them a minute, not literally, but take longer than it actually does for somebody to advance in a very short.
Be up on your ass pretty quick.
You're saying at 21 feet, you have someone has a knife. What about your body armor? You got a body armor. What's the big deal with a knife?
Well, not all body armor is going to protect you from a blade.
It's got to be special body armor, right? Because actually, the blade will go between the Kevlar
That is
threads.
correct. And a lot of agencies don't want to foot the bill for that. And that was one thing.
I don't want to wear one because it's heavier. The knife vest.
Well, and I did not do this on purpose. But have y'all noticed that that's the weapon of choice in these videos tonight?
Knives, swords.
We have seen a sharp increase in bladed weapons in tonight's videos. That's
I
true.
see what you did there.
Yeah,
Miss Laura.
Yes, sir. I'm no bill on this one, even though the guy was clearly drugged out of his skull. I mean, who goes and tries to fly away?
Well,
it's crazy.
I didn't see
But
it like that.
As far as the officer goes, they definitely did everything they were supposed to do, and yeah, no bill for that one.
Now we don't know, Laura. He could have gotten his wings. He could
I mean,
have actually truly flown away
it's
from
very,
that
very
situation.
possible.
He met
And
Jesus pretty quick.
I don't think it matters what vest the officer has. They're putting themselves in a line of sight of danger, whether it's knives, guns, or whatever. It's they handled themselves well on that one.
Well, and Laura brings up a good point. Maybe he wasn't trying to run at them. Maybe he was just trying to
Fly
flee.
away.
Fly away. Yeah.
Fly away.
When my mom yells
Let's
at me,
do it.
this usually works. You know,
Arms
but I
behind,
was
head
fucking
down.
yeah, I was very fucking disappointed because I thought there was gonna be some like up, down, left, right, ABBA situation going on where he was gonna really do some finishing move. So I would have liked, just hypothetically, I'd like to have seen what the fuck was he gonna do like once he actually made it to the cops. What was the finishing move he was gonna use there? I don't know. Well, we'll never know.
There is a cheat code he could have used. He just didn't enter it right.
Yeah. Well, and if I was going to run, I would have made a sharp U-turn and run the other way.
I mean, for real.
It's always ABAC, start select.
Yeah, yes. Something happened. I mean, I would have liked to see what the hell was his plan when he got there. But yeah, what was your plan to even run at the police like that and lower down? I don't get it.
God only knows what he would have done when he
Guys,
got to that point. So thank goodness.
Didn't you see his 10-point power sword? It had frost damage. It would have been an awesome display.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure if that was in 2020, he probably died of coronavirus. But but anyway, that was in Nashville. The next one is a daughter. You ready for the next one?
I've got some context on that one, so go ahead.
All right, what is it?
So this vehicle had ran from the police prior to this stop, and they, I guess somebody laid eyes on him.
Having a manic episode. He has tried to stab me with a knife. I don't know where he is. We're at 1277 Spring Creek Drive. He's somewhere in the lot, and I don't know where he is.
I'll label him
I'm
on.
bleeding a little bit.
This is
I think 1277. I'm so
Bill
sorry. I
subject
don't know
with
off
a
the top
knife.
of my head. Whew. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get away from it.
Okay, that's fine. 'Cause you keep moving so much. So I assume
I'm not. It's like a light cut. I'm not that bad. I really need to get away.
Okay. He did stab you with a knife, though?
He has cut me and put it up to my neck and shit like that. I had to stop him from stabbing me. I only got cut a little bit on my hand from stopping that.
Okay, let me see.
He has been, apparently, I took away ether or something. He's like huffing something. I don't know what it is. I have it in a bag in my part of the apartment.
I think the relationship's over now.
I'm so sorry. I'm really freaked out right now.
No, that's fine. I'm just trying to get where you are. That's it.
Okay.
So you guys were living together, right?
Spring Creek Drive, is that right?
Yeah, it's like an apartment complex in Bellevue, Tennessee.
His younger brother.
Hey, what is it? 1276?
Yeah.
Oh, it's his younger brother?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Metro Police!
I guess it's 1276 or 1277. Really verify that.
21 Charles to 20 Boy. Can you reconfirm the apartment number?
Lock the door. 1277.
10-4. It's maybe up above one. Man, I don't know where 77 is.
It's like when someone's like, hey, can you help me move? And then you find out that son of a bitch is on the third floor.
Hey, stop! Stop right now! Shots fired! Shots fired!
Shots fired! Shots fired! Drop the knife! Drop the knife!
Drop it!
Wow.
Yeah, so that was not the video I was thinking. I'm sorry, I labeled it wrong. Yeah, apparently the brother had some mental issues and had already tried to stab at his older brother, the caller. But it looked like to me that he fell right as the officer shot. But yeah, he was coming.
I mean, did he have a gun? What
Had
have you
a
seen?
knife.
A knife.
It's knife night.
It is not. Yeah, and I did not do that on purpose. These are.
Oh,
These
yeah.
are new. Yeah, these are new videos within the week.
Yeah, they certainly are. I've been looking at all of them up.
I mean, what you think he was going to come down there and like kill somebody with that knife? Is that what
Yeah.
is that what was going on here?
Already stabbed his brother or cut him or tried to
Yeah,
stab.
yeah, paper cut.
Wait,
Paper cut.
can we clarify? Did they have the correct address in the end?
Obviously.
Well, he come out of the apartment.
Well,
There he is with the
I know,
knife.
I know.
Right?
We're saying obviously, but there's a reason I'm asking that question.
The guy's got a Bowie knife in his hand.
On the
and
first,
came
did they?
downstairs.
I think the initial contact downstairs on the first floor was the wrong apartment, and they
Thank
were
you.
looking on the second floor, and he came from the third floor.
Right. Okay. That's what it's keep bouncing on my end. I'm not quite sure why. Thank you.
You cut out every now and then, Tickle, so it might be your connection.
It would apparently be seen to be that way. I'm trying to
It's
figure out why.
bouncing
Thanks.
around for me too.
Yeah, it might be our connection. Shit. Or we can all blame it on John. That's fun.
Yeah, I don't care.
So yeah, so what do we think about this one? Joe, you still there, bud?
Yeah, folks,
There
I'm
he
here,
is.
but I'm undergoing some
Stuff.
some of my checkup, so I'm gonna be off for a second.
All right.
all
We'll
right.
see you soon.
Yeah. If he puts one hand on your shoulder, it's all right. If he puts both hands on your shoulder, that's when you got a problem. It's a little tip for you.
What kind of tip are we talking about?
Yeah, I don't know. Don't eat yellow snow. I'm not sure.
It's just the tip. It's
Just
just
the
the
tip.
tip.
Yes,
Yeah.
Tickle. You're chatting
Yeah,
with the
at
girl.
the end, you end up getting on that game.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know. What are we thinking here?
I mean, I think it's a good shoot. Guy had a
mean,
knife
yeah.
in his hand. He had it in that stabbing motion.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I mean, he had some Freddy Cougar type shit coming down. Yeah.
Yeah,
for sure.
Jason.
Well, they did say he was huffing ether.
Yeah.
Holy moly.
I mean, I do that in the morning to wake up.
I mean, thank goodness. I mean, who
I guess the
doesn't?
lawnmower started. You hear me?
Before your OSHA test.
Yeah,
Telling you.
exactly.
I think that was question 6 on that OSHA test. Don't huff ether.
Yeah. We're not operating heavy equipment. Yeah.
If you ever want something that wants to make you pull your teeth out, take an OSHA test.
Yeah. I've been there.
Or
Got the
listen to
t-shirt.
Joe Biden speak for about an hour and a half last night. What you got, James?
You had some good commentary going on.
Yeah, that was a good show. I can't believe my cousin.
You call that speaking?
Yeah, well, he's been getting killed on that one. But speaking of killed, this young man who's coming down the stairs definitely huffing some ether, and he that was his last day on Earth. There,
Lord have mercy.
I think it was a good shoot. What do you think, James?
Talking with my boss. Give me a minute.
Yeah, well, I already know
Move on.
James would have shot him for sure as a
Move on.
civilian, so
What about
police
Big
officer
Ron?
for sure.
Let's hear
Yeah.
you, Big Ron.
Big Ron, yeah.
Nobody wants to hear Big Ron. Yeah, good shoot. That was a lot going on really fast there. So yeah, good shoot. No bill on that one.
What's up, B Wayne? B Wayne in the house. Definitely going to trial, right? B Wayne.
Shoot, sorry, I didn't actually watch that one. I'm gonna have to pass on this. I was
You didn't miss
Oh.
nothing.
something.
Kid come barreling down the stairs with a knife and they shot him. That's pretty much the end of it. I mean, it was a good shoot.
Yeah.
From what I saw, it's a good shoot. It would be a no bill. I hear you talking about a trial, but I would say that would end at a grand jury.
Yeah, I was fucking with B Wayne, just needling them,
my
as
bad.
they say in Boston. I was needling them. Yeah, what's that, Tickles?
Ultimately, yeah, I think it was good and clean. I have a problem with the wrong address from personal experience. During our big freeze in February of 21, I had the same thing happen to me. Police came pounding at my door, answered it innocently and honestly, dragged out of my house.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Oh, yeah, cuffed, hand and feet bound. Cops ran into my home. I live in the Heights, very nice area, very nice
Very
place.
nice. Very nice.
And 8 cops run into my house. Just
Wow.
ran
That's
from
horrible.
room to room, guns drawn, while I'm laid out, freezing cold weather. As you know, it was horrendous during those few days.
Yeah.
And then they all came out and just looked at me. And I'm just laid there in my sweatpants and sweatshirt.
Thank
looking
goodness you had that
like,
on.
Yeah, tell me
what
about
the hell is going on?
it. Yeah.
And,
I live in the Heights, for Christ's sake. What's going on
you know,
here?
I'm like, you know, this 5'2" petite little redhead, like, what the hell is going on? And this guy said, is this blah blah? And I'm like, no, that's 3 streets over.
Yeah.
You think he'd know?
That's why I asked, you know, and because of course the video was blipping out, so I didn't actually get to see that they'd gone 3 flights up. So that's why I was asking what the heck happened there.
Yeah.
And this is a big problem that we have is the communications industry is wrong a lot of times with 911. And if you ever call 911, they ask you several times to repeat the address and to spell the address. And then it's a big problem. But ultimately, it looks like that was a good, clean, bill. I'm sorry, a bill. They've definitely got it right in the end. But it's something that is a massive concern, and I do have a pending case in my situation, and I never received an official apology, and it was very distressing at the time, and it's a big issue that we have, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like they got it right in the end.
FT.
Definitely sorry to hear that, Tickle.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Thank you. Yeah, it was a problem, and I had several elderly neighbors in my home because I have the Generac, so at least I had some heat coming in, and I brought in several elderly neighbors to take care of them, and they were terrified, poor dears.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry.
FT, what you got, man?
I'm gonna say no, Bill, but can you go back just like right before, just to jog my memory?
Right before the shooting.
Mm-hmm.
Fast forward a little more. A little further. You got him on the stairs. There you go.
Okay.
No, we're gonna go a little further than that. I think we have to go up another flight of stairs.
Yeah, I don't think you've gone high enough yet.
Yeah, right
This
about.
turn.
Yeah,
this
this
turn
is
right
landing.
here.
Yeah, the landing spot. Little turn around, and we're good right here. Boom.
So.
Oh, yeah. That's a good shoot.
Yeah.
Somebody starts charging out of nowhere with a knife. Yeah, I'm drawn to.
Yeah. Can you imagine if you didn't have a flashlight and some bitch just coming down in the dark, dude?
That's why you should have a weapon light when you're carrying at night.
Good point. What you got, Laura?
I'm no Bill on this one. Even with the wrong apartment number and all that stuff, is unfortunately don't huff ether.
Yeah, it's a good reason for someone to own a firearm when you're around people, you know, just running after you with no regard for death whatsoever. Just you. I mean, oh, I have a gun. I don't care. I have a knife. You know, it's like you thought you were. I mean, just unbelievable. I can see why people are so concerned about the Second Amendment. Jesus, you have to protect yourself from some of these citizens, and that was a good example right there, for sure. Anybody else got anything?
Yeah, I do. I mean, not anything more to add, really, but I agree pretty much. No, Bill. This was obviously the officer knew guy was on drugs, had a weapon, came down at them with it. There's really no choice at that point.
Yeah.
Already cut his roommate, and his roommate didn't sound very manly when he answered.
His brother, right? His brother.
Well, John said his brother. I would say, you know, there might have been something else going on by the tone of his voice, but that's just me.
Lord.
Don't be dizzy.
Hey, yo.
You mean the other? You mean the other meaning of mate?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's bad. 15-minute warning, guys.
Yeah. All right. So let's go to this next one. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
where
so
it's
this
at.
What the heck is this? It?
This one's a NAF.
Yeah, so this is the one where the vehicle had ran from the police, I think a few days prior to, and they stopped him. And go ahead and play it, and then I'll give you the context on that.
The vehicle itself just ran. That's.
I'm glad you haven't lost your wit.
And how you doing?
Hey, folks, we reviewed this last Friday.
So this car ran from the police
We
a couple
did?
weeks ago. So this
Oh,
car
I
is
would-
ours.
That we
Yeah, I
did.
think you're right. This is the one where the guy left his kid there, right?
The
Yeah.
car ran from us
Correct.
a couple weeks ago, and y'all changed the plates on it, so the car is now ours.
I
So
did
what-
not know. I missed last Friday.
So we're not playing that one. You don't want to play this long one?
Is that the only one we got left?
Yes, sir.
Well, let's play it. Let's play not the long one, but let's play this one.
That is the long one that's left.
That is the long one.
The long one is the only one that's left besides the one that was already played last week.
That's what I'm saying. Play the one we did last week for viewers that didn't catch it.
All right.
Yeah, we're seasoning 100%. This returns off to season this car. Belongs to the state now. Go ahead and have your kids step out. We're going to do a quick search of it, and then we're going to have you remove your property, okay?
Hold on, man. Hey, don't be removing nothing. Step out of the car for me. Hold up. I'm getting everything. No, you're not. You're not!
Grab him! Grab him! You got a gun? You all right? Did he shoot you? Do you have a gun? He grabbed me. Hey, we need everyone over here now. 9501, I need units code 1. Code 1, my location. I need Fox K9 actor on the ground.
Yeah, he is out here for the
How you doing? Hi. Okay. So this car ran from the police a couple weeks ago. So this car is ours.
This is my wife. It's my wife car.
Okay. The car ran from us a couple weeks ago, and y'all changed the plates on it, so the car is now ours.
You serious?
Yeah. 100%. District Attorney's office seizing this car.
Belongs to the state now.
Go ahead and have your kids step out. We're going to do a quick search of it, and then we're going to have you remove your property, okay? Hey! Ah, shit! Get him! He reached for me, yeah.
Come here,
Hey.
come here. Did he shoot you? Did he go?
He grabbed me. West side.
Show me on this doll.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
Hold on.
He touched me in the no-no.
West side.
Arms up. You okay?
Yeah.
Okay. I got the girl in here.
West side.
This is going to challenge your
we got
thought
shots fired,
process. Because the shot that fired, what the reasonable person would have believed at the time with the information available to them.
In all fairness, I just read what
West
happened.
side dispatch.
I still have some questions.
Let's turn some volume down a little bit.
All right. It's down.
Okay. We're going to go through this. I think we're going to know. Yeah, we're going to go through the scenario again. Pay attention to the driver doors open, and from the one officer that took a shot, pay attention to what she saw or should have seen.
This is the point of view from her.
It's either her or from her side of the car. But, pay attention to
Yes, sir.
the driver's side door is open.
That BWC.
You all right?
I heard shots fired.
She's like, I don't know.
Oh gosh. Where's the kid?
The kid was standing behind the vehicle,
Yeah,
uninjured.
but now she's not there.
When
There's
the
no
officers
kid in the
removed
car?
her.
Yeah,
One
one
of
of the officers grabbed her.
Yeah, the female officer said she put her in the trooper's car.
Ugh.
West side. Arms up. Arms up. You okay? Yeah. Okay. Okay. West side.
Can we go with the recruits? Let me move my shit over here.
West side for me.
West side.
All right, be careful, bro.
He's rolling, John. He's on the ground. He's on the ground. Going northbound to the complex.
Northbound. He's coming this way. Careful.
Northbound. Northbound.
All right, he's coming this way, bro. Be careful.
Hey,
get on the road! Get on the road!
Parking lot.
Get on the fucking road!
Eastbound. Two officers in the same foot.
Get on the ground now!
Up to a fence line. Jump in the fence to the next complex here to see. Officers get their foot out.
Hey, get on the
Come on, jump the fence, dude.
Where's that Chad officer from a couple weeks ago?
I know. You jump on the hood of the F-150 and do a backflip over that son of a bitch, dude.
Hey, hold on. Get on the ground! Get on the ground now! Get on the ground! Hey!
Officers are on it.
Get on the ground! On the ground now! Hey, your back! Put your fucking head, that's right! The other end.
Hold here. Get close.
Hey, see that? Hold on. Let's pat him down. Pat him down. Slow. Calm down.
I don't got nothing. Who's sick?
Make sure the waistman on the pants.
We got a little bit of weed.
Hey, watch his blood. Calm down. Hold on.
Okay, let's turn our volume down a little bit. Really loud. And I said this last Friday. Now we had the common theme of a rise in edge weapons, a sharp increase in edge weapons tonight. Last week and it was unintentional. Every one of these officers are just lack of experience. That sergeant, I don't think he handled it with the poise that an experienced officer would have handled it. But I'll go back to the shot. I say that that's a good shoot. Even though she didn't hit him, she was okay to discharge her firearm. When she looks back through that vehicle, she sees the officer falling to his back. You hear a thump, which could have been a gunfire, a gunshot. And so that what a reasonable person could believe is that this guy discharged a firearm at an officer. She watches the officer fall, and as he flees, he's a threat to the public at large, and she takes a shot. So that's what I say. What's everybody else's opinion on that?
Well, from what I understood, he accidentally fired. That was the first gunshot.
The officer
My
that fell?
question is,
Who is he?
The officer.
The one that fell?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
My question is this, and I obviously none of us was there, but why was his? And I'm gonna assume, why was his finger in the trigger guard?
You're gonna have to pull the video back up for where that officer falls. I didn't know. I thought he had his radio out. I didn't think he had his firearm out.
Well, what it says Sergeant Ham, with his duty weapon in hand, positioned himself behind the suspect, who continued to reach into the front passenger side of the vehicle. The suspect then abruptly turned around, rushed toward Sergeant Ham, knocked him to the ground. During the struggle, Sergeant Ham's duty weapon discharged. No one was struck. Now, she thought that he had been hit. That's why she returned fire. I get that. But if I understand there's a lot going on, but
well, you got the kid right there.
If he
Yeah,
knew,
okay, I do see the duty weapon out there with
if,
the officer.
if he knew it was an accidental discharge, why didn't he say something? Because he did say he grabbed me. He didn't say he grabbed a weapon, or he didn't grab for the weapon. He grabbed me.
I would still make it a good shoot. I'd say that he would have been within authorized or justified lethal force with a guy approaching him with him falling to his back. I think all the shoot was good. I think you see a lack of finesse and honestly experience that officers just get over time that none of those officers had there, including the supervisor. Excuse me with the hiccups.
Do we know whereabouts in Houston this was?
So it's in the 183rd. I'm looking that up right now. So the person they arrested was already, like, when they fled, the vehicle fled was for aggravated robbery, intent to sell, delivery of marijuana. So his full charges are aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, aggravated robbery, felony possession of a firearm, possession with intent to deliver marijuana. The fifth charge of evading arrest was his last arrest.
With his kid in the car.
Exactly.
It kind of looks like Jersey Village area.
Laura has every single
I've looked up every single
story
one.
in the private chat, a link to every single story.
So I'm gonna look it up right
See, John,
now.
that's how you do it, bro.
So this was at West Sam Houston Parkway, Service Road, and Beltway. So I'm gonna look at it right now. See where we are in Houston.
My eye itches.
Sorry, I'm like better than the FBI. Just like,
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. I mean, you get a car that this is the car. Not like I think this is the car. This is the car that was running from us last week, right? This is definitely the car that was running from us last week. That car is mine. And the guy driving the car, your ass is mine too. You know, stay right there. Not like, hey, do me a favor. Reach back into your car and grab your kid. And then, you know, go back over here and get some more. I mean, there's 4 officers. What the fuck are they doing? It's like, take this guy. He's already driving a car that was running away from the police. Take him into custody, whether it's temporary or permanent. You know, I don't know if you Mirandized him, but you definitely, that was the car that was running from him. They'd finally caught up to him.
Yeah,
I think you would take him right there. You wouldn't let him go get the kids and all this other shit. Go inside the house and, go get food for the dog. This is one of those situations. I think it's a bad shoot.
I don't know if it's a bad shoot. This area in particular is a very high crime rate. If you're familiar with Houston, we're in A-Leaf to Sharpstown on Beltway 8, which is the ghetto, but not the ward area. So it's still a rough neighborhood.
I don't think being in the ghetto justifies anything.
No.
You got to protect yourself a little more when you're in the freaking ghetto. I did missionary.
Let's go to Tickle.
Up in that.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to step on top of you, but let's hear Tickle, and then and then we'll go back and address Kingdoms. It's a bad shoot.
Yeah, go ahead, Tickle. Tell me about that Sharpstown area. How would you like to walk down there without anything on here?
Hell no. First of all, I
Not
would never
no,
be.
but hell
I
no.
would never be in Sharpstown to start with.
Exactly.
No. Well, I'm really torn on this one because kind of Keystone Cops on this one, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
That car does look familiar in all sorts of environments that go wrong, unfortunately.
Yeah.
That particular car, if it's the one I'm thinking of, was involved in a big circle of people that were cutting out catalytic converters, and it's had its plate changed several times.
So he's accused of robbery, aggravated robbery, and assault with a deadly weapon.
He looks very familiar. and I hate to say that, I really don't enjoy saying
No,
that,
I understand you.
to a group that were coming around the Heights, to a specific hotel that's right off of 10 on Columbia. And we were, our neighborhood, we were all watching because they kept coming around in a big group. And there was a pearlized white BMW that kept changing its plates, but it was always the same car. And we kept turning over our videos to the police, and they didn't give a damn. And we kept seeing this one guy with the dreads and looked almost identical. So
Joe, we have an eyewitness.
we do. And
Well, let me say this: what does any of that have to do with the price of tea in China?
I'm just adding.
Do
I think it was.
Is this a no bill? Do these officers have to worry about their job, or is it a day at the office?
It was a good.
He's not interested in the backstory.
It was a good shoot, but in the end, they need some more training.
Okay, Bruce Wayne.
He had some things going on, so here he is.
It's a no bill for me. I think, that seemed like a fair shoot. Which I understand is a little hypocritical since I just complained about them not shooting people who were running away. But I don't know.
So you don't know, or is it no bill?
It's a no bill.
Okay. FT.
Yeah. So I mean, I think for this, I'd have to say.
I mean, come on, rock on.
Nah, but just like if we're talking about the initial shoot, like with the whole discharge and the accidental discharge and the stuff, it just seems like it seems a little sketch. But I do think that ultimately it was handled correctly. But I still think I would probably take it to trial. But and then just another comment, I feel like. Yeah, there are dangerous areas and stuff like that, and that you should be on your guard. But there's another thing in terms of then assuming that everybody looking a certain way is dangerous, that's not fair to the people who have to live in that environment that's very violent for them, and then to also get categorized as the people who are terrorizing them.
Okay, so you're going to indict these which two of the officers or one of the officers? You indict them for what? Careless action.
Yeah, I would say just like carelessness. I wouldn't necessarily like say murder or anything like that. It seems a little bit too sloppy for me. I think it should be under just a little bit.
It's kind of hard to go murder.
I think murder might be a hard stretch to prove there.
He's in jail.
You don't have a body.
Yeah,
He's in jail currently.
Yeah. In fact, you have no one injured. I don't even know that you have any property damage, but I'm gonna go with maybe some careless. James, guys, we're running short on time here. Go ahead, James.
Well, I gave my comment in the chat. No bill.
Yeah. Vet says definitely a female because she had no clue and said that he did have a gun.
I don't see charging them with anything if anything at all. Maybe some kind of remedial training or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't see charging them with anything.
Yeah, I think a lack of experience was our biggest issue there, but I don't know that they'd reached a no bill. Maybe an internal investigation, maybe some policy violations. I'm sure there was some there. There has to be some policy violations on that.
Oh yeah, I was definitely on you with that. Legally, they're probably okay, but internally, yeah, definitely some disciplinary.
Yeah.
Okay. What does let's give Laura the last word before we close this out.
Oh, aren't you sweet? Number one, that 5-year-old being out there like gives me the mom heebie-jeebies 100%. If she thought the gun had been fired or had been fired, I didn't hear it in the video, so I say the gun hadn't been fired. It says that they're under investigation with internal affairs, but they're not haven't been charged by anything at this moment. I just, even though it's a rough neighborhood, I mean, and I would not be comfortable in that situation. Maybe a little look-see, but maybe not. Maybe no bill on it. But internal affairs definitely needs to give them some training on being more comfortable in that environment that is sketchy as AF.
Okay, I just want to go on record that Laura and I agree on the last incident.
Oh,
that,
look at us agreeing again.
Dude, what happened now?
But you got to
policy
remember,
We agree
violations.
often.
Yeah.
I like to hear that.
I think if Jason was here, he would say,
Reasonable persons do.
Jason would say these guys had no control over the scene, none whatsoever. They should
Yeah.
have been in control. There's
I think
5
she
of
did
them.
not have control,
They were in
especially the
no
guy got
control.
knocked
This
down.
guy just did what he want, just like the guys with the swords. He just did whatever he want until they shot him. This guy was all in and out of that car. Not one person had this situation under control. I think it was terrible way to approach this vehicle.
Essentially, Laura and I are saying the same thing. That's why it goes to an investigation for policy.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think you fire it. I think you fire the guy, but I think you also look into it a little further.
Why would you fire him?
Fire him. Could have fucking killed somebody with that lack of experience. You're shooting firearms in front of them kids, and
You could've-
because
you
what
could've shot that
he
kid.
pushed you or something.
She could have shot that kid. The female officer could have shot that child.
That's
and I think
the-
that's the lack of control.
Yeah, just the general neglect of the child by everybody involved, especially the father, is just, it's disgusting to me.
The father just running off, leaving his kid sitting there. It's horrible. Like the whole thing is ridiculous.
Well, once shots are fired, you're out, you're taking off.
Yeah, you got to go.
Once
Fight,
shots
flight,
are fired,
fight or flight. Yeah.
The parent should be protecting that kid. And hell or high water, I got some weed in the car. I did something shitty. I held the woman up by gunpoint. Whatever. I'm going to protect my kid.
Yeah. Just a side note there. What the suspect was reaching for in the front seat of the car, he told him, "Don't go for that," was actually a gun. He was trying to remove a firearm from.
Yeah, it's
from
not in the
gun.
news report. In the private chat, I've been posting all the links to what the news.
Dang.
Yeah. Now, if I would have,
we shouldn't put those in the private chat, Laura. We should put those in the public chat.
I did put this last one in the public chat. I think. Yes, I did.
Yeah.
It's my email is not attached, so I had to put my Christmas light shit in there.
Yeah,
so
I
I'm
know.
sorry.
Oh, so Mr. Kingdom didn't get your support in there like he should have.
Well, like my camera's attached to his, so it doesn't actually.
We can only have one
StreamYard.
co-host,
It's just all this other
and John just got
But I'll
awarded
put all
with
of
one
them in the
co-host
main
position.
comments. And if you see Kingdom Christmas Lights, that is me with all the links to all the videos, except for the guy coming down the stairs with the knife. The one that's sniffing the ether. That's the only one I could not find. I could have the wrong
Sniffing
location.
the ether. That's a good. That's fun. That's fun. I guess.
Yeah, I think Lnu might be on some ether. What they got you on, bro? Anything good?
Oh
Dilaudid?
no, man. There's definitely some Dilaudid. I'm taking. I can't tell you how much stuff I'm taking.
Well,
like every 2 hours, quite
But
a
it
bit.
feels good.
We're glad you're talking to us. That's all I got to say.
I can't say that necessarily feels good. It almost makes me feel sick. But I tell you what, that pain with all the incisions that I've got, it's been quite the last week.
If you didn't know, Mr. Lnu had open heart surgery yesterday, and he's here with us today. Could you imagine that?
Yeah.
Well, not technically.
it
It was
out.
open chest surgery. It wasn't a surgery on my heart. It was
Open
on
chest.
My,
They still cracked your shit open. I mean,
no, they didn't. They went below it, but I've got an incision
Below it.
from below
That makes it
my
better.
from below the sternum all the way down to past the belly button. They ripped up that lower end to do a bilateral bypass of my off my aorta into my femoral arteries. So it was quite the deal. But
So you'll be back on the ladder installing
So
Christmas lights in
you'll
no
be
time.
running tomorrow.
yes,
what you're
by Monday, I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it easy.
All right,
Yeah, take
we'll
the
give you the
weekend
weekend. We'll give you the weekend off. Okay.
Gotta love America.
But we have some after party going on afterwards, right? Who's going to run that? Is that Bruce
What's an
Wayne?
after party? This is my first time. What's an
Oh,
after
wait.
party?
We
Bruce,
have
I have to get up at 4 a.m. to go start on my brisket, so I cannot do an
Yeah, these guys.
Yeah,
are
that's
doing
what I
a
want to
show,
hear.
Lyra.
That's
You know
my
what,
boy.
John? I need to hear about this brisket thing because
They're doing
I,
a smoking show.
pork loin, and my girlfriend's son, he does not eat pork. And he did take a bite, and he ended up eating about 4 pieces of the.
So
pork.
is this an invitation, John? Do we all get to come over?
Well, right now there's not enough left for everybody.
Damn it!
But
What the heck,
May I
John?
say that your
And it was
backdrop
the first
is
time.
stunning.
Isn't it?
I eat
It
so
is
much.
that backdrop. It's
I was
incredible.
about sick.
Well, I tell you what, folks, we're going to have an after party. I think Bruce Wayne's going to head that one up. It's a spacious
Where?
show that we'll do
Where?
after this. We'll give us 10 minutes.
Oh,
We'll shoot you out the invite.
okay.
It's a spacious show that we'll kick up, and we can talk about the upcoming smoke projects that John's going to have, and I think Bruce Wayne's got some, and Vet LT3's got some smoke projects. A lot of smoking going on with the night crew, and we can continue the conversation on these videos that we've seen. Folks, I would appreciate if you got in your heart that you can make any donation to the Night Court with Joe Lnu. Some support there would be absolutely marvelous. And you'll see on the tag there on the bar there that my Cash App tag. That would actually, in this particular time, would go a long way for your friend Joe Lnu. But anything else? Anybody else want to close out with? Go ahead. I'm ready to go to the after party.
I did it. I donated, and it didn't hurt a bit.
Didn't hurt it. Yeah. Open
Just
your
a
heart,
little
ladies and
pinch.
gentlemen,
It's all
and
good.
buy Joe a coffee, or 5
Buy
or
Joe
10.
coffee. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're doing good, Joe.
Yeah,
I'm happy about
buycoffee.com/Joe_Lnu.
They want to take away my freedom because I will never let them take away your freedom. It's very simple. They want to silence me because I will never let them silence you. They want you silent. And I am the only one that can save this nation because you know they're not coming after me, they're coming after you, and I just happen to be standing in their way, and I will never be moving. On November 5th, 2024, justice will be done. We will take back our country and we will make America great again. Thank you. God bless you all. Thank you. Thank you.